Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Overwatch All-Star Brawl 4, presented by Star Esports. As always, we are a Tier 3 Overwatch tournament double elimination style, and now we are headed into round 4 of the lower bracket here this evening, kicking things off with a matchup between Plus Mafia and What's Your Peak. My name is Shy Guy, and tonight I will be joined by Ryan as we dive into this matchup. Ryan, are you ready for what we've got going tonight?
Am I ready? I don't know. I mean, it's going to be extremely exciting. These two teams have made it this far in the tournament. I mean, I guess I'm ready for an exciting match. I don't know if I'm ready to handle it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'll just have to dive into things in a little while. But just before we get underway, just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. I do want to remind everyone at home, here at Star Esports, we're always trying to grow our community. So if you like what you see here tonight, then you can join us in our Discord. Right now, we've got signups coming along for the All-Star Brawl 5, the next tournament. So if you or anyone has a Tier 3 Overwatch team and wants to get in on the action, we would love to have you join the Discord. Follow us on Twitter. You're obviously here on Twitch, so you can follow us or subscribe there. We're also on YouTube, where you can catch the VODs of any of the games that you might miss. I think that just about covers it. But now, as we look forward to the matchup here tonight, I'm really excited to get at least my first look at What's Your Peak. I haven't gotten to catch any of their games so far tonight, but just looking at their run through this tournament, it's been really impressive. I mean, they dropped their opening round match, but have since gone on such an incredible run to make it to this point in the lower bracket.
Yeah, you can obviously tell that they have a fire lit under them. Losing the first game isn't how you want to start out a tournament, but they've been on a tear recently. They've dropped 3 maps in their last 3 matches, 2 in their last match, so maybe luck might be running out, but they've just been playing excellent Overwatch, and I'm excited to see them in action firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, and on the other side of things, What's Your Peak? They dropped their first match and then have since got on a bit of a hot streak. The opposite is kind of true for Plus Mafia here. They started out really strong, 2 straight 3-0s to get into those upper bracket semis, and then they ran up against an opponent that they just couldn't quite handle last night, actually, in Astray, who was a few nights ago in Astray, who was able to take them down and send them to this point in the tournament. Suffered their first map loss, and then of course their first match loss, a 3-0 sweep there by Astray. So Plus Mafia kind of licking their wounds, trying to take what they can from that defeat, and we'll see if the adjustments can come through here tonight.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if that's more of the Astray is a really good team, or maybe Plus Mafia just had a off night. So I'm excited to see them bounce back here. I mean, they were so strong in their first 2 matches. When you don't drop a match, you kind of feel like gods. But maybe they got humbled. Maybe they're back to the fundamentals, and I can hope that they're gonna be popping off tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited to see this team in action once again, see how they respond to that defeat. And I definitely think we'll have a good matchup on our hands. We'll see if they can kind of finally put an end to, I guess, the Cinderella run a little bit here from What's Your Peak. We'll be getting into the match in just a little while, as it looks like now everybody's loaded into the server, ready to go. And we'll be getting underway in just a moment, but it is going to be Eichenwald to start us off. A little bit of an unusual place to start a series. We're generally accustomed to kicking things off with Control, but it's going to be a hybrid map to get us going tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting, but you got to think that this is a strong map, so you want to take the advantage right away when you're picking the first map, of course. We've seen plenty of matches go to game 5 and be decided because they have that map pick. It's really important to have your strengths on your side, obviously. So getting a quick win here on Eichenwald, which you would assume is their strongest map, is definitely the best play to go.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see if kind of Plus Mafia can manage to do that and kind of keep the momentum on their side. They don't want to, go down 1-0 immediately off the back. Of course, they did start their series against Astray on Eichenwald, and that one didn't turn out so great for them. So we'll see if they can turn things around this time out. It's gonna be, I think, a fascinating series to watch. I watched back a little bit of What's Your Peak's last match where they knocked out the Star Esports kind of in-house team with no use for a name, a tough fought 5-map series, but I'm excited to really get to see them firsthand for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, do you mind me asking, who do you think will have the biggest impact? I mean, maybe not a specific player, maybe a role, supports. What do you think's going on?
I mean, right now, the way I see kind of the meta shaking up, the DPS is where teams can really kind of distinguish themselves in my mind, especially with kind of the meta combo of Mei and Hanzo. There's a lot of plays to be made from both of those positions. The Mei has so much utility to bring to the table. Those walls can be game changing if you're locking down a choke point. The Hanzo always a possibility of those pickoffs before a fight really gets started. The one-shot kill potential has so much impact just possible in that from that position. It's difficult to really overcome a team if your Hanzo is not having a good night. But the comp right now that we're seeing from Plus Mafia, this is very interesting. Zimrit on the Genji. I mean, this guy has been playing Hanzo in most of the matches that I've seen, but breaking out the other Shimada brother this time.
And we have the interesting, going away from the double shield, we have the Reinhardt and D.Va. Haven't seen a lot of that. We know D.Va has those new boosters, but we'll see if this comp can work out. Obviously, they feel strongly about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is new. This is not something I've seen from them in the past, and maybe we're seeing why. Melon already taking Tryhard out of the sky.
Yeah, not a great start there for Plus Mafia, but the ante goes down. Not much going on there. The charge comes through, and Bun is taken down. The res comes through as well. So back in the fight now are Plus Mafia, 1 up here. No res available, no mercy on the side of What's Your Peak. So they're going to be looking to stall out for a little bit here as Aspect with the D.Va finishes off It's No Good Junior. And actually, What's Your Peak turn this into a lost fight somehow.
Yeah, they're not able to keep up the pressure in that moment. When the res is able to come through, Tryhard eventually having a pretty huge impact in that opening fight. We'll see if he can continue that through the rest of this series. Falcon now making a swap over to a D.Va of his own. Trying to put a little bit more pressure, or at least relieve some of that pressure that Tryhard is putting on the rest of What's Your Peak.
Yeah, very interesting. A huge shatter comes in here, but their mortality field is there to keep them up a lit with the Mei wall in the way, but Zermit still takes down Melon as this fight going in the way of Plus Mafia. The barrage comes through, takes down It's No Good Junior. In the backline, we have the Batiste of Bazilix trying to pull it back with the window, but he can as Skyward takes him down with an anti-nade.
And that is just going to be another reset, and now this is going to start looking pretty tough here for What's Your Peak. Skyward and Zimrit gonna be able to combine for that nano blade combo. It's kind of an old school thing here in Overwatch. It's not something we've seen in the meta for quite a long time, but can still be so deadly in the right hands, and I have a suspicion that Zimrit is the right guy to make that happen.
But early pick already, Falcon could not get back in his mech, is taken down by Tryhard. The res has to come through, so that's not going to be available for this fight. It could be huge. Zermit actually takes down Falcon again before he can get back in the mech.
That is brutal, and now the double connection on the direct rockets from Tryhard. Both of those kills going in the direction of Plus Mafia. They are dominant right now.
Yeah, Plus Mafia has been stabilized perfectly onto this point, and you have ults coming online here that will still keep this point from being capped. You have Honeybee with the Transcendence. Maybe that could stop. Ooh, but Bun takes down Tryhard in the sky. See if a res can come through. The bomb and the Nanoblade come through. Bazilic's taken down by the bomb. Nanoblade looking for anything. Melon goes down, and a Shatter comes through as well. This looks like Plus Mafia back in control as Aspect takes down 2 more. It's just the last few stragglers onto the point now. Falcon going to be staggered out here as well. Quite rude from the side of Plus Mafia.
And once again, we're seeing some swaps come through from What's Your Peak towards the tail end of this fight. You know, Basilisk wants to get off of that. Batiste wants the speed boost from the Genji. A nice long range shot there from Bun gives them a man advantage as they come into what could be the final fight of point A. Melon needs to have a big impact on this McCree.
Yeah, Supercharger goes down from the Orisa here on What's Your Peak. The bomb comes through over top, takes down Scylla, and the Reinhardt of Lenathon is down as well as Melon flashbangs Tryhard. And finally, What's Your Peak is going to push on to point here as they couldn't stabilize long enough on the side of Plus Mafia.
No, as soon as they lost Zimrit, he got taken out early in that fight, and then, they were trying to play kind of passively, buy time for him to get back, but that really just set up a beautiful opportunity for Falcon to throw in that self-destruct. Took down Scylla when he had the Valkyrie ready to go. Without that ultimate, there's really not enough sustain for Plus Mafia to stay in that, so point A goes over to What's Your Peak.
Now the Barrage nanoed here onto the point, takes down 2. Reinhardt and Mercy down. That's not a good place to start. Barrage tries to come out from Bun to answer, but doesn't get anything there as Aspect rushes up to his face and melees him. Switch onto the Widow now as well for Melon. That's a good point for Widow. Let's see if he can get anything done with it.
Yeah, but it's going to be matched by Zimrit, so the defensive Widow usually kind of with the advantage, but Melon going to draw first blood here, takes down Tryhard, forces out the res.
Yeah, Window goes down on top of the point here. 2 charges come out with a bomb in the backline. Immortality field there to stop any too harsh of damage coming through. Gonna see if they can stabilize it all here. Reinhardt swinging back and forth. Haven't seen a lot of Reinhardt mirror matches. Turnaround shatter for Lenathon, but nothing happening there. 2 charges. Lenathon gets the nano boost from Skyward in the backline. Zermit takes a headshot onto Basilisk. Now on the point, now it's gonna be Plus Mafia pushing forward, trying to take an advantage. We have Aspect in the backline with the D.Va, gets D-mech'd. That's gonna be a huge loss for this upcoming fight. Tryhard.
We'll see if they can turn it around. Falcon now clipping the wings off Tryhard a little bit, takes his Mercy out of the fight, and that is the final domino, or the first domino really, that gets things going for What's Your Peak. They keep their momentum up here on point B and will be able to even chase down Aspect. A nice little stagger there onto the D.Va is going to buy some nice time for this payload to move forward.
Yeah, gonna get about 1 more fight here onto this last phase as the res comes through onto Aspect. So he's back in right away. Skyward looking to get out here. Now on the fight, the Shatter comes down, only gets Skyward, but there's not gonna be any follow-up for that. 3 meters remaining as Bun takes down Tryhard on the point. A huge blizzard, can't get on the points as Plus Mafia, and now Falcon taking down Lenathon. Zermit takes the headshot onto Melon, so it's not over yet. The bomb on the point takes down Falcon, but he has a bomb of his own. Can it do enough damage? It can't. There's still 3 members of What's Your Peak on the point as the Nano comes out onto Aspect to do more damage. Shatter comes through. Zerma with that shot onto Bun, and that's gonna wipe out What's Your Peak before they can break down that door. A good defense from Plus Mafia.
Fantastic defense from Plus Mafia. They look incredibly strong, almost getting the full hold here on Eichenwald, and then with the goal line stand at point B, they stop the payload just before that checkpoint, keep this map from extending any further, and now they've given themselves a really great opportunity to take an early lead in this series. An excellent showing from them, showing a lot of versatility through this first map, willing to flex onto a number of different picks, when the situation calls for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a lot of great teamwork there at that last stand. Skyward was caught in the back line of What's Your Peak, and just through good teamwork, Aspect was able to matrix him out, and he got that nano boost and gave it to Aspect during that fight, and just a great hold there. Looking to see a nice aggressive push here as well. Obviously, they feel very comfortable on Eichenwald, so they're going to use that to their advantage here. Seen a lot of Rhine Diva, which is very interesting. I thought that would be more of, a next patch kind of thing with those patch notes that just came out. But, I mean, maybe teams are just trying to get the jump on it right now, trying to use it now, see if it's any good. And obviously, it's been good for Plus Mafia,
Yeah, for sure. I
Gotta
mean,
give them a lot of credit.
Aspect has been really making a huge impact on that pick so far. It's interesting that neither team looks to be running the Orisa here as we head into point A. Wanting to get a little bit more, I guess, aggressive with their tank line, or as you said, maybe trying to try some stuff out for the next patch. But Zimrit picking up that Widow, now swapping over the McCree after taking an early pot shot out of spawn, doesn't find anything for his troubles, and will just go over into what's gonna be a mirror match here between these two teams.
Yeah, but Melon already with a pick onto Tryhard, not really in a resable position as Scylla's asleep anyway. Zemrit down to Melon as well. 2 early picks there. Falcon gonna take down Lenaton as well. It looks like Plus Mafia are gonna chill out for a second here. What's Your Peak? Melon specifically, some great shots from him.
Yeah, interesting that Plus Mafia tried to go in off the back of that after losing Tryhard. Lenaton charging into ultimately his death, and they'll just have to reset and try to come back in here, play it a little bit slower perhaps. Tryhard has a lot of threats to be worried about with both Melon and Bun on the other side.
Yeah, Pharah battle in the air, still very interesting. Bun versus Tryhard. Really not doing damage to each other as the sleep goes on to line at 10. But getting team damage on to the other player, trying to get a pick. Nano boost already on. High Noon in the back line, trying to get them back a little bit, but doesn't find anything with that. Summer not even close to his, still 30% off. Plus Mafia still just playing a passive game right here, trying to get some good positioning. So Reinhardt swing against each other. Diva's up in the air now, trying to protect their pharmacies. Aspect backing up though, still around the corner. Zemrit with the High Noon gets slept, but no damage is done. Barrage comes through, gets slept in mid-air with a bomb in the back line as Lenaton gets charged by It's No Good Jr. And without the Reinhardt, looks like Plus Mafia are going to be backing off as Falcon takes on Tryhard as well. And that's a 1 fight for What's Your Peak.
It absolutely is, and they continue to hold firm on this defense there. They're kind of playing this so patiently right now, bleeding out resources from Plus Mafia, who used a nano boost in that last fight just to save Lenaton. They aren't getting a lot of value out of these ults, and Tryhard now doesn't even want to try to play the far anymore, going over to the Meg.
Yeah, speed boost onto the point now. Shatter is not doing anything for Lenaton as Shatter from It's No Good Jr. is blocked as well, and he goes down. But Anna down on the side of Plus Mafia as well. High Noon in the back from Melon, looking to find anyone, but it's defense matrix off, and in the meantime, Tryhard takes down Basilisk. On the point now, it's a battle. Melon stunned and headshot Zerman, but Scylla is still alive against this diva of Falcon. On the point, it's just Falcon now as Aspect punches Melon to death. And it's just going to be the cleanup here as Scylla boops Falcon to death as well.
Yeah, a nice little heads-up swap from Skyward, gets onto the Moira after dying in that fight to get back faster and be able to make a difference towards the tail end of that fight as Plus Mafia. They get the payload underway. It took them a few tries there on Pune, but they do eventually get it moving, and now they've got their tank line kind of moving up through the castle, trying to take this position. They've got No Good Jr. a little isolated.
See if they can take him down as he goes low. They'll get healed up by Xana and nano boosted, so he has tons of health and damage resistance in that little corridor as Plus Mafia are going to be backing up a bit. This Brawly comp looking to do work. It's no good junior walled off, but manages to escape. The beat comes through early here, trying to push up. The Reinhardt of It's No Good Junior taken down by a headshot from Tryhard as Coalescence comes out from Skyward. Barrage in the back line takes down Zerman. That takes down any threat of the Widow headshot, but the bomb is going to come up as well. But Bun takes down Aspect before he can remech. Melon has all the free range, but on the point, we have the hammer coming down, and Tryhard and Lenaton are going to try to push this, and it looks like they're going to, as Skyward also takes down Bun.
Yeah, they get a nice pin there off the back of the freeze onto Falcon's mech, deal with the D.Va, and now they'll get quite a bit of distance on this payload. Their reinforcements will be able to get back in the fight. Zimrit up on the high ground, ready to free fire into this final area as Plus Mafia knocking on the door here.
A huge pin comes through, but Renathan is actually slept and charged himself as the nano boost comes through, and What's Your Peak are going to be holding this one right at the doors yet again. Maybe we can see another last stand come through. Just going to be the cleanup as well. This Aspect and Scylla are going to try to get out. Ooh, Stagger might be coming through here onto Aspect.
Yeah, that fight is all Honeybee all the way. The nano to save his Rhine, the sleep to set up that pin, the anti-nade as well to secure some kills, and just big plays coming out from the Ana where we're seeing the amount of utility that healer can provide. It hasn't exactly been the most meta pick through the double shield meta, but now that things are opening up a little bit, that there is a lot of value to be had there.
Yeah, and we see Plus Mafia on a more brawly comp with this Lucio Moira as they actually pick Melon off. He was way out of position there, didn't see them coming from that high ground as the Shatter comes through and actually takes down Lynathan as the Blizzard comes on as well. They can't finish off the Reinhardt, and Aspect is going to take down It's No Good Junior. Bomb comes in. This has to be a huge one. It gets two. That could be what What's Your Peak needs here to pull it back, but as the Shatter comes down and the bomb in the air, it's not looking good for What's Your Peak. Plus Mafia are going to be pushing this. It's just the ball on the card now. He has that immortality field, but he's frozen up. And as the Lucio of Basilisk gets back as well, they're trying to sustain here as long as they can. Batiste of Honeybee trying not to get picked off by Aspect. But the ball on the point, It's No Good Junior going lower and lower, but the Blizzard is back with Bun. They could be pulling this back. The beat up top by Sella is actually great, but Melon takes down two now. And What's Your Peak are pulling this back. It's just the Lucio and the Reinhardt on the point. Moira gets back, immortality field down again, but Zerman takes the shots, and he's doing damage. Wall comes up, try to block off that Reinhardt. Skyward trying to keep him up. The beat comes out. Falcon can get back into his mech. They're getting pushed off the point now, but Zerman headshot onto Melon. Skyward taken down, so that's a bunch of healing out of the fight. And now back and forth, Honeybee taking down the Reinhardt. That's a huge piece lost. Tryhard back on the Tracer, trying to do everything he can, and Scylla on the Lucio. A boop. Zermit finishes off. Falcon can't get back into his mech, but Zermit himself is down, so that crossfire is not there anymore for Plus Mafia. The ball still spinning on the point. The window comes out from Honeybee. Deal more damage onto this point. Skyward is back, and he has the Coalescence. The Shatter comes down. Two down on the point. It's back and forth right now. Immortality field there to keep up the Lucio. Still back and forth, but the pin comes through onto Melon. But they get off the cart, and What's Your Peak takes Eichenwald off the bat.
Oh my god, what a hard fought final engagement there. Neither team willing to give that up for a second. The late swaps for everyone desperately trying to get back into that fight. The swingy nature of it was just incredible to watch. I thought Plus Mafia was gonna be able to take it. They had Zimrit in the perfect position, just kind of firing away. No one really able to contest him for a long time, but Basilisk makes the big play, gets that Widow out of the fight, kind of steps away from the cart for just a second to help deal with that threat. And the spawn advantage for the defense just too much, as What's Your Peak are able to clutch up on map number one and take Eichenwald away from Plus Mafia.
Yeah, a huge switch there from Honeybee as well. Some great immortality fields, and obviously BAP has insane healing potential right now. So, and damage. I mean, just to add on to it, so Honeybee a great swap and provides tons of healing, sustainability, and finally just manages to win the fight. You know, just maybe by luck. You know, that overtime wick just immediately went down as soon as Plus Mafia got off the point. So just some great sustainability, obviously great comms from What's Your Peak. It's a great first win when obviously it wasn't their map pick, so it was a great win for them on Eichenwald there.
Yeah, they've got to be extremely happy with how that one turns out. They, especially after the way that attack round goes, they were stymied for a lot of it, and to be able to turn it around on the defense, fantastic stuff from What's Your Peak there. They're able to hang on and secure the win on Eichenwald, get that early series lead, and now, you talked about they didn't have the map pick on the first map, but now they've got the advantage where that is concerned. All you have to do from this point out is win the maps that you pick, and you'll be able to come away with the series win and keep this lower bracket run going. It's excellent to watch right now. These two teams seem very evenly matched, but I'm going to be curious as we go through the rest of this series. Are the comps going to kind of change a little bit? Are they going to go back to what we've seen in the past? Are we going to be seeing more of that double shields, the Orisa Sigma? It might not be the case here on Oasis, as you've got a lot more opportunity for that flexibility on these control maps.
Yeah, especially on City Center here, which is a pretty high ground oriented map. We could definitely see that D.Va come out. Maybe both teams just feel like Eichenwald is the best map for that comp right now, or best comp for that map for that matter. So we might not be seeing it. Double shield is still extremely strong, and we know these teams have been playing it too, because it's the meta. You're going to be playing it, so they're definitely comfortable on it. I'm excited to see if they go back to it, because maybe that could throw the other team off. Maybe we saw Plus Mafia play the Rein and Zarya, or not Zarya, excuse me, Rein and D.Va, because they felt like it was a good counter to the double shield. So maybe there's a bit of mind games going on right now if they can try to outplay the other team.
Yeah, and one thing to think about, the fact that we were on Eichenwald and we saw so much Pharah on that map, that makes the D.Va a much more viable pick than perhaps she has been. That could continue to be the case here on Oasis. Indeed, Bun is going to pick that up, but neither team going with those double shields. It's kind of divier looks from both sides. The D.Va's in play, the Wrecking Ball for Lineton. We'll see if he can make that one work. It's an excellent pick here on Oasis.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of high ground control coming in, and we have Scylla on the Brig as well to try to stop the dive a little bit. Just point control on this high ground. Anyone looking for any value here, as Bun still in the high ground pouring down damage. Point control going over to What's Your Peak at first, but Plus Mafia are there to stop him, and it's no good. Junior taking down a great hack and stun there, but both main takes down as Lineton goes in a little low health there. The rest is actually going to come out. The Winston's back in the fight, so that's a huge advantage now for What's Your Peak as
they get the cap.
Plus Mafia, yeah.
I mean, and Zimmer's still trying to kind of poke down around the edges, will eventually fall, and What's Your Peak off to a fantastic start here. Bun nearly up to that rocket barrage as they come online with several ultimates for this next fight. Honeybee building up to that nano boost as well. Look out for that combo, something that Plus Mafia really has to be concerned about.
Yeah, still trying to take this high ground now, Plus Mafia, going back up on this jump pad. Skybird gonna use the Coalescence, take anyone down. Honeybee actually goes down to the slam, and Basilisk as well. So both supports now down for What's Your Peak. Plus Mafia are going to try to take advantage of this as Tryhard takes down Bun. Rally on the point as well. It's just a cleanup at this point as the tanks are going to be taking down. A huge pulse bomb there from Zemret. And a quick flip. 50%. About 54% for What's Your Peak as Plus Mafia take it over.
They do have to commit quite a bit to do that. The coalescence, the rally, so both support ultimates off the board here for Plus Mafia, but they will crucially be able to kind of fall back on Tryhard with that EMP in the next fight. If he can land a big one, that is a game changer and could keep them alive in the next fight.
Yeah, we have the barrage come out right away as Scylla is taken down. EMP in the back line, takes down a few. The res trying to come through here on Honeybee, and it does. The bomb doesn't do anything as Honeybee was still immortal. Lenaton actually takes down Melon, so the Tracer down as well as Aspect still in the back line trying to take down Honeybee. It's not going to happen. Is now on the point, sustained. What's your peak? Still back on the Lucio. And the mines come down as well, trying to section off the point. It's back and forth right now as Aspect goes down on that Diva. It's no good, Junior. A lot of work being done here with the Winston. Still in control of Plus Mafia, stalling it out very well, trying to get back into this fight, but Bun is going to take down Tryhard with the rocket. And it looks like it's slowly slipping away as Lenaton goes down as well. Just the Lucio taken down. And what's your peak? Take it back over. It's very even right now, though.
And they regain the lead on this point, but crucially, they build up a massive advantage in that ult economy. You know, Plus Mafia tried to commit pretty much everything to hold on there, and they just aren't quite able to do it. They stall out for a while, but now they're going to be pushing back in here for what will be their final fight if they lose it.
But Zerman already takes on Honeybee in the back. The res is going to come through, but the res is also down for the fight. Going low now it's no good, Junior, but he has that Primal Rage, so shouldn't be scared about it. But he is hacked and taken down. Zerman also takes down his counterpart in Melon. So Plus Mafia are going to be looking to take this over. The Nano goes on to the Pharah, but taken down in the sky. A great response there from Plus Mafia as they're going to be capping here. 99% though for What's Your Peak, so it's one fight territory for them.
Yeah, but realistically, it's probably going to be one fight territory for Plus Mafia here. They're building up over 70%. It would have to be really, really quick for What's Your Peak to get a couple of fights in this situation. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, and they committed a lot to that last fight. The Nano Barrage got absolutely nothing, and now they'll be pushing into an EMP from Tryhard.
Here it is with the mines as well. So backing off the point out, our Plus Mafia, it's no good, Junior on it. And Basilisk is taken down. The Mercy's out of the fight. Scylla as well. But the kills are going on the side of Plus Mafia. It's no good, Junior on the point now with the Primal Rage. But he's not going to be able to find anything. He's just kind of stalling it out. Overtime is going to start ticking away. The bomb goes up. And Plus Mafia take the first point here on a close Oasis City Center.
And I love the way they used that last EMP from Tryhard. They isolate a couple of members of What's Your Peak as they're pushing through the choke. They drop the mines as well in that situation, and then they just get aggressive. They know if they can secure a couple of kills off the back of that ultimate, then they've got a huge opportunity to clean up the rest of the fight. It's exactly what they do, and they're able to turn things around there on City Center. They get a little taste of success, and now we head into Gardens, where neither team really changing things up too dramatically in terms of comp. Still these divier looks from both sides.
Yeah, it seems to be a favorite, especially with the Diva players of Aspect and Falcon coming through here. Trying to stick on to that dive, as you said. We already have What's Your Peak on the point, trying to take control with that pharmacy in the air. It's tough to get really onto a point when you have those rockets coming down, but now they dive into this backline. Sustain is there, though, as Lenaton actually comes through and takes down No Good Jr. with the help of Scylla. But Melon takes down Tryhard, a little out of position there, maybe. Couldn't translocate away. Still even, though, back and forth. And Hammond rolling around the point, trying to make sure it's his. Gonna slam down onto the brig, but stunned up and dead is the ball of Lenaton. And now it's going in the way of Plus Mafia down their main tank. It doesn't look like they're gonna do anything as Scylla and Tryhard go down as well.
I mean, and if you're Plus Mafia, how do you really kind of push in onto this point when you're down in numbers? You've got the brig just making life so difficult for them. cannot realistically dive on top of her unless the entire team is committing to it. There, Lineton was the one to attempt it, and he got punished immediately. So they'll have to be a little bit more careful about how they choose their targets from here on out.
Yeah, but that Pharah still doing tons of damage in the air. Coalescent's gonna come out, try to take her out of the fight, but 2 already down from Plus Mafia. Not looking good on this map. And the bomb comes through to try to section more people off, but it's just a cleanup at this point as Aspect is gonna be trying to get out here in the back line. 40% already up for What's Your Peak as they demeched Aspect as well.
He'll eventually just be able to dive himself off the map to get the reset, or perhaps back off to the safety of his team. But the mines now out from Lineton means that Plus Mafia trying to commit to this fight, but there's no one in range of them. There's no danger there for What's Your Peak.
And the barrage comes out from Bun, but again, no one there. It's a very interesting fight right now. The rally comes out as well from Honeybee, keep everyone up. EMP comes out huge on top now as 3 members are hacked up, but Plus Mafia isn't doing any damage to them, and What's Your Peak are pulling this out. Zermit takes the kill onto Bun. Rez gonna be looking to come through from Zilk as the bomb goes up on top. Honeybee again takes down Tryhard. Still a messy fight right now as Bazooka go down as well. The beat's gonna be committed here from Plus Mafia as they want to win this and they want to take control because there's 90% for What's Your Peak. Pooped off now is Honeybee. It's just Doomfist in the back now trying to come back and stall out as much as he can, but finally Plus Mafia are going to be taking this one. 99% goes over towards What's Your Peak though.
They do, yeah, they get the win, but it's a massive commitment from them, and it's a sloppy fight there. Plus Mafia, commits that EMP despite the follow-up not really being there immediately from the rest of the team. I'd like to see them try and kind of wait to combo that perhaps with something like Aspect Self-Destruct. He used it immediately after. We'll see if they can keep this defense going. That's not a great start, though.
Yeah, Zerman already down, but Alt's committed on both sides here. The Coalescence keeping everyone up and takes down 2 players as well. Bomb comes through as Scylla taken down in the backline. Didn't quite get around the cover there. More ults being committed as Tryhard gets taken down. It's still a fairly winnable fight here for What's Your Peak as both the tanks are still live and the Primal Rage has come out now from It's No Good Jr. On the top though, we see Falcon get demeched. Aspect as well, but he's going to use his bomb to try to get back, even though he is taken down too. And Falcon taken down as well. Both divas out of the fight. Winston hacked up in that corner there. He's going to be taken down here by Scylla. What's Your Peak? Still kind of fighting this, but it looks like they're going to be backing up finally.
Yeah, they've got to give this one up. They tried to keep it going as, a fantastic defense there from Plus Mafia there. They're really excelling in these scrappy engagements when things really get chaotic. They've managed to keep things in their favor, and once again they now have an opportunity to just kind of finish off Oasis. They've got the EMP ready to go,
and it goes in. The rally there, however, try to keep up everyone with the armor. Falcon does take down Lineton as well. A bomb comes through from both sides. Both supports down now. 1 support each for each team. The hacks trying to come on here as Bun is on that Sombra now. Scylla trying to stall at the point as long as he can on the Lucio. Commits the sound barrier here as Tryhard and Aspect get it, but it might not be enough as the EMP goes off here and Plus Mafia are all hacked and taken down. It's just going to be a little bit of a stagger trying to keep the point as long as they can here. Now Plus Mafia not looking good as Scylla goes down as well. Zermit's going to get a touch here, but it's not going to be enough. We're going to be going to a 3rd point of Oasis here. What's Your Peak? A great response there after the first round.
Yeah, they cut it a little bit close here on Gardens as Plus Mafia almost fight it back, but What's Your Peak able to even things up on Oasis, and now things get interesting because we head to University, where the style of play is dramatically different from our previous 2 points. We can't really take a whole lot away from what we just saw. The dive tank's not necessarily going to have the same kind of success here. The Reinhardt's back in play for both sides is It's No Good and Lineton both gonna pick that one up.
Yeah, definitely a more brawly point here. Not a lot of high ground. dive isn't as successful. We'll see what they decide to do. We have What's Your Peak sticking with the Diva, trying to mitigate as much damage as he can with the defense matrix, and definitely a brawly DPS comp for both teams here. Going into this university section, and Nitzel Good Jr. already down. The Reinhardt out of the fight. That's an awful place to start if you're What's Your Peak. You got to be rethinking that one, as the wall was huge there from Tryhard. First point might be going over to Plus Mafia, but already What's Your Peak looking to take the fight yet again. Melon going in. The wall comes out as well. Try to section off. Lineton, not going to do much. He stays alive, but he's already getting close to that shatter, but he's taken down. Both Reinhardts out of the fight now. Immortality field there, not fast enough from Skyward, but the window is there to be used if they need it, and it does come down. Just as I say that, Aspect takes down Bun as Coalescence comes out by Honeybee. It's still close, and a barrage already from Aspect, but it's not going to do anything as it misses. But not really too much to lose there as they take the first cap here. This Good Jr. just a little staggered out on the point.
Yeah, the overcommitment there with the Graviton Surge from Aspect. They'll kind of wish they had that one back going into this next fight, especially when you look at the ults about to come on the line for What's Your Peak there. They're getting really close to nearly everything, although Falcon making the swap to the Zarya of his own, knows that against the Mei, against the opposing Zarya, the Reaper as well, you're just not going to be able to do enough with the Diva.
Blizzard comes down in the backline, takes down Honeybee though, so not a great start for the side of What's Your Peak. But the Shatter comes down, Zemra taken down, but no follow-up there as 3 members are now dead. Make that 4, and Plus Mafia holding on right here, up to 40%.
Yeah, that is beautiful for the defenders in that position. They use just one ultimate to maintain control of the point. They execute beautifully on the back of it, and now they'll still have plenty of tools to try to continue this deep. And Zimrit on the flank
takes down Honeybee with the help of Skyward there with the window. Damage coming through as It's No Good Jr. taken down as well. Again, just few ultimates being used here to keep the fight stable, keep the fight in their favor. And now we have Aspect back with the Grav, so they can use that next fight as well with the Shatter to really hold on here. Aspect hiding a little bit around this corner. See if they catch him out here. He's going to use the Grav right away as the Blizzard comes through to section off as much as they can onto this Blizzard. Aspect takes down Honeybee. Shatter in the backline. It's No Good Jr. has to get up from that, and he does, and takes down Linington. But 2 more members are down as the beat is committed now by Scylla. They're looking to win this right here. He's charged, taken low, but he's kept up as It's No Good Jr. can't finish him off. 95 on the point now. It's just one Lucio remaining to try to get this last second touch. He does get in, but he's dead right away as Falcon takes down Zerman and uses the Grav, but can't get to the point. No one else is there. Plus Mafia take Oasis and even out the series.
Yeah, they answer back here, and they do it pretty convincingly there on University. They had, you know, the compositional advantage from the very beginning. They had the ult efficiency throughout the entirety of that point, and they're able to keep on top of things this time around. They don't let it slip, and they do come away with the map win there on Oasis. They even it up in the series, and now shift the momentum back in their favor a little bit.
Yeah, that's a huge win for them. Going down on their first map pick of Eichenwald, it's really not a great look. So to switch it up here on Oasis and take it, a great dive on that first point, and a really strong Rein Zarya comp for them as well. Aspect, who we've seen on Diva basically this whole game with an incredible Zarya, like those Graviton Surges, he was building them insanely fast, which is obviously what you need from your Zarya.
No, for sure. I mean, he got 2 of them in that point, which, you know, when the percentage goes from 0 all the way up to 100 in one fell swoop, you know, it's hard to be building up to 2 of that ult in that short period of time. So well played by Aspect in that scenario. Plus Mafia really got so fantastically aggressive there on University. They were constantly holding way before kind of the traditional choke points. They were getting What's Your Peak on the back foot all the time, and it really kind of set the tone for that map, allowed them to roll to a dominant victory, and helped them along to their first map win of the series.
Yeah, but this game is still incredibly even. I mean, you had to go to the third map here on University, and both the first two matches were 99-99. So both teams are playing exceptionally well. It could be anyone's match at this point. You know, obviously it is 1-1. I mean, I don't have, you know, like, I don't have a favorite right now. Both teams are evenly matched. I mean, it's a great match. You can catch these matches yourself at home if you follow, turn on some notifications. You can watch them back on our YouTube channel as well. You know, Star Esports is everywhere now. You can watch the All-Star Brawls whenever you want. So make sure you follow, and maybe hit subscribe too if you really want to support the Tier 3 community a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd like to be a part of these tournaments, we've got the next All-Star Brawl just on the horizon. The fifth one is coming up. Signups are now open, so you can join the Discord to find all kinds of info about that. But, you know, one other thing I do want to point out for our viewers at home, for a little bit of extra support, at least for the players that you're seeing here tonight. If anyone is really kind of standing out to you, impressing you a whole lot so far, you can scroll down right below the stream. You can find our MVP poll, and you can make your voice heard. We'll be having a post-match interview with the winner of that MVP award, so be sure to get your votes in now while you have the chance, or, you know, perhaps wait. The series is still very much in doubt right now. I would have a hard time picking an MVP at this point, so definitely still time for certain players to kind of distinguish themselves as we move forward.
Yeah, I mean, I know you literally just said you'll have a hard time, but I'm gonna put you on the spot. Who's really stood out for you so far in this first half?
You know, the people that I've liked, especially on the side of What's Your Peak, have been those supports. I think Basilisk and Honeybee have been on a really good streak so far, really making the plays to help keep their team alive, and coming up with the clutch moments, some nice swaps we saw there on Eichenwald. And, you know, if we're looking at Plus Mafia, that's a really tough question. You know, I think Lineton has been kind of setting the tone for them on the main tank. He's been exuberant. He's been aggressive on the Reinhardt, and at times it's cost his team, but it really just kind of gets them in the mindset that I think they need to kind of take control of the series.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of play of Aspect as well on the off-tank role. Just some great plays so far. He's been great at protecting his teammates, doing consistent damage throughout, which is a very important
aspect.
Thank you for that one. I mean, I should have just read his name. Important aspect of the off-tank role. So, really looking at him to continue this consistent play on Temple of Anubis as we go here. I mean, this is also a very double shield heavy map. Do you think we're gonna see it finally?
I don't know. I mean, these teams have just kind of completely abandoned that so far in this series. You know, I can't, you know, necessarily know the reason why. Well, I'm curious. I can't wait for our post-match interview with whoever it might be, just to kind of pick their brains, see what the thought process is there. If it truly is just kind of getting a jump start on the next meta, perhaps. But it does look like we're finally gonna get to see the first appearance of the double shield. It's no good, and Falcon, they've had enough of the shenanigans so far, and they're gonna be going for it. But a nice opening pick there from Zimbrick gets the shot out of the spawn. I hate Widows popping up in chat, and it's easy to see why.
Yeah, I mean, Widow with that one-shot potential, just very dangerous. You gotta really play around it. You know, your entire strategy changes once that Widow is on the field. Mayballs are gonna go up here as they try to get into this room here towards the mega health pack. Aspect on the high ground, just looking to see where they're going. Now the fight's gonna be over at this choke point, as it usually is. Aspect in the back trying to take down Melon, but now inside of this health pack room, both immortality fields go down, and freezes as well, trying to keep it down. But Lineton is down, and two more close to follow, as it looks like What's Your Peak are going to be pushing through quickly onto point A here.
The problem there for Plus Mafia is that by virtue of their comp, they don't have the double shield, so they can't kind of play slowly. They have to go in aggressively, and they have to try to take the fight right there at the choke. But as soon as they do that, the wall from Bun comes out, and Zimrit is completely cut out of the fight. They're fighting a 5v6, and they're just never gonna win that.
Yeah, and also Aspect was caught pretty far off as well, so it was basically a 4v6. And What's Your Peak just took advantage of that right away. To see if maybe we can see a little bit of a change here for Plus Mafia on this second point B, as a lot of members in the back line trying to deal damage, make it uncomfortable for What's Your Peak as they push onto the point now.
They do have Zimrit on the Reaper at this point, so a much better kind of matchup between the comp and the DPS. As Scylla getting the opening pick here, takes down Melon, getting aggressive on that Lucio, finds them an opening.
Yeah, Honeybee taken down from the Fire Strike from Lenaton, and the Seagull, the Gravitic Flux, comes out a little late there from Falcon, and it's not going to do much as Plus Mafia finally hold a little bit here. Just a few more members trying to get out here from What's Your Peak. Looks like they're going to be able to. So, a great window there by Simplistic, who just subbed in, by the way.
Yeah, he's in for his first map of the evening, lines it up there with line of 10 as they take down Honeybee immediately. Just a nice instant little pick there for them as they hold on nicely, and now they've got a solid ult advantage going into these next fight. The Blizzard available for Tryhard is going to make this push so difficult for What's Your Peak.
Going into this choke on this right side here, looking to take the advantage, and the Blizzard goes down just as you said. That's going to force a backup here from What's Your Peak. Tryhard actually taken down as well, but Shadow comes through and all 5-6 members are down, and they're going to be pushing through here. The wall can't keep them out, and Lineton, massive plays there on the Reinhardt.
I mean, that's the kind of play that might just save a map for you right there. They were in a spot of trouble. Tryhard throws that Blizzard down, but it's not the best placement. It's a little bit far forward of the choke, and What's Your Peak just back off, but they aren't ready for the shatter. They can't get the shields up in time to block it out, and it ends up being their undoing there, but they will be able to come back in here with quite a few ults at their disposal. Their own Blizzard is ready to go, the Supercharger, as well as that Transcendence, to give them a bit of sustainability.
Yeah, the window comes out here, try to block them off. The bomb straight into the middle of them, takes down the Bongo and the Immortality Field. But since that Immortality Field is there, no one goes down to it. As Melon headshot Zerman with the Storm Arrow. Now the Sound Barrier has to be committed here from Scylla to keep the members of Plus Mafia alive. The huge wall comes out there, and the Gravitic Flux takes down Simplistic in the back line, so that's a support down. Sustain is low here for Plus Mafia. It's just the Lucio. Zermit back on the Doomfist, doing tons of damage, and 3 members now down for What's Your Peak as this fight is going back in the way of Plus Mafia. A great pick there from Zermit to do tons of damage quickly as well.
That and the walls coming through from Tryhard are just magnificent at this point. A couple of massive ones through that fight, both to kind of prevent What's Your Name from pushing forward, and then to cut them off once they move through the choke. Fantastic play coming out from the May right now for Plus Mafia.
Yeah, looking again now onto the Reinhardt double shield. No Sigma for the side of What's Your Peak, looking for some Halt Fire Strike combos maybe. Get a few shatters, but another shatter comes through from Lineton, and it takes down the Batiste in the back line as Simplistic carries that by himself. But 2 members now down, Lucio and Reinhardt out of the fight for Plus Mafia. Now Blizzard is going to come down to try and pull it back for Plus Mafia, but it's a little off the point as Melon takes down Zermit as well. Back in the fight now are both members that were taken out early, but before that can happen, Aspect is out of his mech. But that doesn't matter. Baby Diva firing onto the Orisa, and the Reaper takes him down. It just Bun. Plus Mafia pull this one back, even though it seemed like they weren't going to be able to.
Yeah, they do just enough in kind of the initial engagement to get a couple of picks. Those reinforcements are able to kind of come out of spawn and get a bit of a pincer in onto What's Your Peak as the rest of their teammates flood onto the point. So it looked a little dicey for them, but they keep their cool. They stay alive, and they're able to close out that defense. You know, just one tick given over to What's Your Peak.
The bomb comes up over the top here, and the immortality field is there, but Simplistic takes down Basilisk. The bomb does its damage still, even with the immortality field there. And the window on the point, both walls up now, looking to section off, try to take it back into their advantage. Batiste is still down for What's Your Peak as Zerman takes down Melon in the backline. Again, it looks like Plus Mafia are going to be holding here. Scylla, 2 kills right after each other. Just Bun left on the point. Going to be taken down. Only 30 seconds remain. They're staggering him out. This is going to be a tough stagger for What's Your Peak to handle.
Oh,
Bun,
now they wall him off, and I honestly would have liked to see them extend that a little bit longer. They could have taken that another 5 seconds and really put the clamps down onto What's Your Peak. As it is, they'll be able to get Bun back in here towards the tail end of this fight. He's getting the speed boost taxi back into this, and he's got the blizzard ready to go. There's still a chance here.
Yeah, but is anyone going to be able to touch? Melon down on the point. Shatter comes through, doesn't get anyone. Falcon can't find anything. Shatter as well from Lenaton, also not finding anything, but Zermit there with the Death Blossom, going to take down Honeybee, a support down. The Blizzard on top of the point, and the window as well, doing tons of damage. It looks like it's going to be Plus Mafia holding here. What's Your Peak only able to get 1.5 points on Anubis.
Complete.
Yes, indeed, and that amplification matrix out from Simplistic once again having a massive impact in the final fight as Plus Mafia able to come up with a nice defense. It's reminiscent of what they did on Eichenwald, where they got the stop well before the final point. They set themselves a really good opportunity to come through on the attack and try and win the map. But as we saw there, What's Your Peak had a solid defense of their own, able to kind of flip things on their head. So this one is not over by any means, but it's going to take a really strong defensive effort from What's Your Peak.
Yeah, we saw a lot of great plays there from Simplistic with those amp matrices. Very, very strong tool to use in the middle of a team fight to really swing it into your favor. Subbing in right away, you don't know if he's warmed up, It might be a little rusty, but he hasn't missed a beat, and he's been one of the driving factors that Plus Mafia had in that defense.
No, for sure. He played excellently here on Anubis. We'll see if they can continue that momentum, as now What's Your Peak kind of searching for the answers on the defense, at least in terms of composition, trying to figure out exactly what they want to run. It looks like it's going to be Melon on this Junkrat, making his first appearance in the series so far. Falcon picking back up with that Diva after playing the Sigma and then the Rhine there on their attack round. So we'll see what kind of success they can have this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen this Reinhardt Diva comp a ton so far, and we have it back here on Anubis as it looks like Plus Mafia going to be taking the high ground, looking to get that view, but Melon takes down Simplistic, and now
Zimrit
with the headshot. Absolutely. Now it's an even fight, and respawn advantage is going to be for Plus Mafia. They're going to be taking the point right now. It's no good. Junior charges onto the point, doesn't get anything, as Lineton actually gets antied and taken down, and Scylla can't get to the point either. Zemrit still doing tons of damage with this Widow, taking down another person in Bun, but it's not good enough, as it's just Aspect in the backline, gonna get staggered out here a little bit. Zemrit looking for shots, but he's not gonna find anything.
No, he's not, but the kills that they have gotten so far are going to kind of let the Plus Mafia really push through this choke kind of for free. He continues to put a lot of pressure on them. Now he's got those infrasights ready to go, gives him all the info about where What's Your Peak are set up, and he puts it to good use.
Yeah, Melon taken down there, and Falcon as well, trying to boost onto him, try to take him out here, gets demeched. So now it's basically 4.5 versus 6 fight on the point here. The nano boost actually goes over to the Mei to do more damage, and Tryhard gets antied and taken down. Falcon as well can't get back into his mech as the bomb goes up and gets Basilic. A huge bomb comes through as the supports of What's Your Peak are no longer able to stay alive. Still the Ana in the back lane though. Melon back on the Doomfist. Trying to look for an easy pick here. Aspect finally gets Honeybee in the back line. So absolutely no supports left. Aspect still doing work on this D.Va. Gets 3 kills now. It's a 3K for him as Zerman finishes off Melon. And stabilizing on this point out. R plus Mafia, they're going to be looking to end the map here on the next fight.
Yeah, and they'll have the tools to do it. I would say kind of an overcommitment there from What's Your Peak, trying to keep a hold of that point. The Earthshatter in particular from It's No Good was a complete whiff, and now Lionton's gonna have his. They have the sound barrier for sustain. The blizzard will be available just now. Melon gets a nice opening shot onto Zimrit that's gonna stall things out at least a little while here.
Yeah, just not a problem for Plus Mafia right now. Just, regroup a bit, but still a great pick there for Melon. It's going to be important for him to get his ultimate. It's a huge ultimate to use in the middle of a team fight. Zone off, split up the point, do a lot of damage. So, great Hanzo pick there. But now Plus Mafia are back into it. We're looking to take this right side. The bomb comes in from the back. See if it can pick anyone off, and it does. Scylla goes down before the beat can go off, but they're still committing as the Earthshatter goes down from Lineton. Window as well. Immortality Field to keep them up. Bomb going down on the point. Looking for a pick. Doesn't get anyone. Nano Boost is on to It's No Good Junior. And he's going to do damage there. The Earthshatter not doing much, but the rest of the kills are coming through. It's just Aspect and Zermit on the point.
Yeah, the most dangerous part has now kind of been averted here for What's Your Peak. They avoid getting that snowball capture on point B. Now they're getting a nice little stagger onto Aspect here to buy themselves some time as they settle in on the defense quite nicely. Melon gonna have those dragons in just another shot or two. They still have the blizzard to contend with from Tryhard, but they weathered kind of the worst of the storm there. Looks like Tryhard's gonna fall there to Melon as he continues to wreak havoc so far on this defense, just playing fantastically on this. Hanzo really coming through for his team.
Yeah, and a great early fight taken there to again stall out Plus Mafia. They're not looking to find any progress. Just a long regroup going on right now. That headshot was huge onto Tryhard. And they still have ultimates online as well. They didn't use much during this defense so far.
No,
looking
not at all.
good right now for
I mean, they're gonna have 5, potentially 6 ready to go in this next fight. So an excellent spot for the defense to find themselves in. They've already forced out that immortality field from Simplistic, so a massive tool there gone for Plus Mafia in terms of survivability.
Yeah, you got to be thinking this is a kind of a dry fight here for Plus Mafia. Try not to use ults, try to force out ults as the dragons come out from Melon. Try to keep them off the point as much as they can. Wall and window go up though, so they're gonna be trying to put in as much work as they can as Aspect takes down Falcon. Blizzard's on the point. We have the Nano onto the Reinhardt of It's No Good. The Earthshatter's not gonna find anything. And now Zermit with the Death Blossom in the backline is gonna be doing tons of damage, but 2 kills now on the side of What's Your Peak, bringing it back as they're looking to hold on yet again, and they will. It's just still an Aspect, 1 minute remaining here. Ultimate's used, of course, but they still have the defense intact.
Oh no, and they're gonna get Aspect again on this stagger. He's out of mech, he's got nowhere to run, and they're gonna freeze him up. They're gonna lock him down, and that might buy them enough time to where this. Oh no, you can't get back in the mech, Aspect. You can't do that.
That's a huge stagger, and all charge goes over to What's Your Peak. Not a great situation to be in. Now with 45 seconds remaining, we're approaching one fight territory, excuse me. And Shy Guy, what does Plus Mafia have to do here?
I mean, at this point, they're really relying on line of 10 and aspect to kind of hook up for some kind of grab or some kind of shatter bomb combo if they really want to push through here. Because not only do you have to win the fight, you've got to win it decisively. You can't be losing, several members through this. The Scylla's got to be on point with that sound barrier to keep everyone alive through this engagement.
Shatter comes down, and 3 members down as well. The bomb into the back line, gonna look for anyone it can, but it's no good. Junior is already down. This tryhard takes him off. They invest in sound barrier as well, and kills are coming out onto the kill feed. We have Zerman taking down Bun. The dragons here from Melon aren't gonna do anything. As the ball is back on the point, we still have Basilics trying to stay alive. It's no good. Junior still full health up here. The beat's gonna come through, and they're gonna be fighting this. The bomb onto the point. It's full members back from What's Your Peak. They're back. Honeybee takes down the mech, but Simplistic manages to find Basilics. That's a support down. Immortality Field down, and Honeybee down as well. No one on the point here for Plus Mafia, but they get on as it's no good. Junior, he's anti and taken down. Zerman with the Death Blossom on point to finish it off. Falcon out of his mech, and Melon taken down as well. Basilics is back, but it might be a little too late. The Bat has to get here as fast as he can, and he won't. Plus Mafia take the 3rd map, take Anubis, take the lead in the series.
Oh my God, how close can these maps be right now? Every single one seeming to come down to just like 1 or 2 fights to decide it all, and this one is no difference here on Anubis. Plus Mafia, they're able to come through in the clutch when it matters most. They get the fight that they were looking for. Lineton with a clutch shatter to start it all off, get the ball rolling, and they do what you have to in that situation of not letting yourself get picked off too much. It was a valiant effort from What's Your Peak to fight that one back, but they're just not able to do it, and Plus Mafia sees control of this series once again.
Yeah, just some great clutch work there from Plus Mafia. Lineton doing great work on that Reinhardt, but as you said, these two teams are incredibly even right now. Each map could be a 3-0. It could be What's Your Peak up 1-2. I mean, just these two teams are absolutely neck and neck right now. I mean, I would expect a map 5 because we have What's Your Peak gonna be able to pick the next map. They're gonna pick something that they feel a little stronger on, and in this match right now, just a little stronger goes a long way because of how even these two teams are.
Yeah, the thing is though, they were the team that picked that last map, so both teams have now taken one of the other's map choices, so that seems to not necessarily mean a whole lot when these two teams are so evenly matched. Either any map seems like it can go in either direction, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if What's Your Peak swing this one back, or if Plus Mafia finish it off here. It really just feels like a toss-up at this point. Neither team able to really gain a massive advantage right now, able to distance themselves by much at all. As it really seems to just kind of be coming down to the little things in these crucial moments where Plus Mafia just barely has enough to get it over the line there on Anubis, and they take the 2-1 lead. They put themselves on map point, and they are now just one map win away from ending What's Your Peak's lower bracket run.
Yeah, absolutely. This is really a game of inches, and What's Your Peak are not in a good situation right now. I mean, Plus Mafia, you have all this momentum on your side. Losing the first map wasn't the greatest way to start, but now 2 in a row goes into your favor, and you're feeling good. You feel like you can't lose. I mean, each player from each team is playing exceptionally well, but maybe Plus Mafia just has that little confidence edge that on What's Your Peak right now.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, it seems like throughout this series that Plus Mafia has been kind of the more confident team. Just in terms of like, they have come into this really, really experimenting with a lot of stuff, which to me signals a team that feels like they have got the upper hand. But I think What's Your Peak has probably surprised them a little bit in terms of what they brought to the table. If I was Plus Mafia, I think they probably expected to go back to their winning ways pretty easily here and get back on the right track, but it hasn't been quite that simple so far, as now it's going to come down to Lijiang Tower as Plus Mafia look to close this one out.
Yeah, interesting map pick to go back to the Koth type of setting here. There's a lot of places on Lijiang that are great for that Reinhardt to do his work, you know, Rein Zarya, Rein Diva, whatever you want to work here. And we saw Plus Mafia really dominate that kind of lineup on Oasis University. I mean, we've only seen it a little bit, but still they seem incredibly dominant. So an interesting pick here from What's Your Peak, but obviously they have some sort of knowledge here that feels like they have an edge on Plus Mafia.
Yeah, but I worry a little bit. They've got Falcon back on that Diva, and we saw what happened there on University when he tried to roll with that against the Zarya. It did not go so well. They've got Doomfist out from Melon, so we'll see if he can, you know, find some value in these close range fights.
But it's no good, Junior, already taken down, but Bun takes on Lineton, so it's even again. Falcon on this Diva has to soak up most of the damage, and Aspect has to do his job exceptionally well with some bubbles. And a huge anti comes through as Aspect takes out Melon and Basilisk. A huge anti there from Simplistic. And it looks like it's going to be Plus Mafia taking the first cap here as Bun is taken down.
Yeah, I mean, the anti there just kind of completely wins them the fight. There's no option for What's Your Peak, is now they're going to get chased down and staggered as well. It's no good, Junior. Caught at the choke, and now things get tough because you're trying to fight your way through this choke point against the Mei, against that Reaper, against Aspect, who's almost up to his first Graviton Surge.
Yeah, we have What's Your Peak going over to the double shield here with It's No Good Junior and Falcon going onto the Rein Orisa. Another anti comes through here as It's No Good Junior is getting low. The grab comes out and the nano, but damage is being done the opposite way here. What's Your Peak are pulling this back. Zermit doing his best to take out a few members of the backline as he goes low, chased down by that Lucio. He's going to be looking to hold here on the point. Aspect going lower and lower, taken down finally. The Shatter comes out here from Lineton, trying to bring this back all by himself. Honeybee is taken down, but it's not going to be enough. Just Zermit left on the point, trying to stagger it out. Tryhard is back, going to be able to get more percentage, and that's just the game they're playing right now. Try to get ahead by as much as they can, while they still can.
Yeah, Plus Mafia a little bit too overeager to take that fight. They had control of the initial choke, but the rotation from What's Your Peak a little too fast for them to be able to get up there and really contest at the high ground. The anti-nade was nice, but they couldn't secure the pick off of it, and they just rushed in a little bit too fast. They'll reset here, and they'll have a nice ult economy though.
Yeah. Melon goes in with the Meteor Strike. Simplistic goes down in the back line, and Bun with the Death Blossom takes down 2 and finishes one up onto Lineton. It looks like What's Your Peak still holding on here.
No, indeed they will, and they kind of flip the script a little bit. They are the ones who get right up in Plus Mafia's face this time around, and they do it really nicely. Melon putting in a lot of damage, but just with his cooldown abilities, and then dropping that Meteor Strike buys enough time, and buys the attention as Bun cleans up the fight.
Yeah, Supercharger goes down. A huge Maywall blocks the Shatter of Falcon. As It's No Good Junior antied as well. Simplistic, some great antis so far. Melon frozen and taken out as the Nano goes on to Lineton. They're looking to win this fight right here. He gets charged, but the bubble is there from Aspect. And now on the offensive are Plus Mafia. They're going to be looking to take this fight as Aspect gets 3 kills in a row there. And again, a great attack there. 75% on the side of What's Your Peak, and 70% on the side of Plus Mafia. This is getting down to the wire yet again for these two teams.
Yeah, realistically, this has to be the fight for What's Your Peak, and they're not going to have any ultimates to do it with. They're going into that grab and the Earth Shatter. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, the grab comes through, the anti as well. Earth Shatter down. A lot of resources invested here as Kermit takes down both the tanks. Melon in the backline gets Simplistic. That might be a pick. but it's not going to be enough. There's just one tiny Moira alive. 95 on the percentage here. Plus Mafia are going to be taking the first point, and they're one step away, but someone tags last second here.
Bazilic's got in there with the tag, but it's still going to be tough there. There's reinforcements now for What's Your Peak.
Yeah, this is far from over as Bun actually takes down Tryhard. This could be going in the way. A huge anti as well. 3 down. Zerman with the Death Blossom on point here, but Bun to finish as well, but he slept during the middle of it. Results takes down Aspect. So again, this is nowhere even close to a one fight. As actually, What's Your Peak take 2 more picks here, and they're actually going to be pulling it back. They managed to take it. Bazilic's with the last second touch. I can't believe it.
I did not see that coming at all. I thought everybody else was dead on the side of What's Your Peak.
I was wrapping up the map. It was.
But now they're gonna have both support ultimates ready to go. That Meteor Strike is there for Melon. He gets slept and almost taken out.
Yeah, but he gets into that Meteor Strike, pops down right in the middle of the team. The Blizzard goes down, and the Shadow gets Simplistic out. A little out of position there, but the Nano still onto Lineton, so he's taking less of that damage. Shadow goes down, takes down Honeybee. Can she be finished off? No, the Moira gets out. Zermit doing work, gets down Bazilic, but still not looking good for Plus Mafia. It gets turned around.
It's gotta be Zimrit. It's gotta be Zimrit here. He's gotta have the hero plays, and it's not gonna happen. He's taken down. Just Simplistic trying to buy time, and it's not gonna happen.
What's Your Peak pull that incredibly back. It just when it all was lost, they managed to do. I can't believe they pulled it back. Absolutely incredible.
I am dumbfounded, and I have to imagine that Plus Mafia are kind of feeling the same way. You know, pulling yourself back out of that is so difficult. That is one of the most kind of tilting things that can happen in Overwatch, when you feel like you've got it locked, it's yours, you're celebrating, and then all of a sudden it's just flipped on its head. It's absolutely heartbreaking to see. They'll have to try and, you know, change the course of this map now as we head over to Gardens, and the full on dive coming through here for Plus Mafia. Although the Roadhog making the first appearance of the series, Falcon, that's gonna be tough for Lineton especially to deal with.
Yeah, the dive comes up onto the point here. Back and forth. Is actually takes out Melon right away. Quick pick, but Lineton is caught off guard here, so it's a trade here. 1-for-1, 5-5 on the point, and the hook comes through, takes down Tryhard. Not looking good for Plus Mafia yet again. What's Your Peak looking to bring it back, go to a map 5 as they take the first cap here.
They do it beautifully. They've got a nice little kind of anti-dive comp here with the multiple stuns, you know, the slow from Bun on the Mei, the flashbang from Melon, that hook from Falcon. At any point they're a threat to just delete any of those dive heroes, and in fact Plus Mafia, they realize, no, this is not going to work out in our favor. We're just going to try and swap over to the mirror here. We think we can just straight up outplay them, but Falcon going to be able to outplay his opposite number there with the hook.
Yeah, an incredible early pick. You get a lot of alt drive from that too. That's a 600 health target going into the drain there. So some easy percentage here from What's Your Peak. No, you're not going to take the 5v6 if you're Plus Mafia. Looking for the hook again, misses it. Luckily for the side of Plus Mafia. Not really paying attention there. But back onto the point now. The Hulk comes up, no hook there to help it out, but dueling Coalescence on the point now. Trying to keep both their members up and deal as much damage as they can, but a huge boop comes in. That's 2 down, and Plus Mafia are on the back foot yet again. Another hook into the drink, and What's Your Peak are in great position to take this to a map 5.
And I mean, they only use the Coalescence there. They even trade that for Simplistics as well. So like they are in as powerful a position as you could hope for. This is going to be the final fight for Plus Mafia, and they're pushing into 5 ultimates. That supercharger plus the whole hog from Falcon is just gonna melt through them.
And another boop comes through, goes into the hook, and now it's a 5v6 against 5 ultimates. This is not looking good on the side of Plus Mafia. Can they even touch her as the Blizzard goes down? 3, 4 members down. It's gonna be What's Your Peak holding very easily here on Li Jiang. They take the map. We're going to a map 5.
Good Lord. That was dominant. I mean, that was absolutely a masterclass there from What's Your Peak. They kind of make the perfect composition to counter what Plus Mafia tried to roll out with, and then, you know, Falcon.
Yeah, I mean,
what can you say? This dude on the Roadhog had himself an insane game there. 3 environmental kills. I believe all 3 of them, or no, not all 3 of them. 2 of them were on to Aspect on the Roadhog on the other side, which is just absolutely massive. It's so much of that tankiness and also the damage gone for Plus Mafia. They were out of sorts on that final point, and it really cost them, as now we head to map 5 to decide it all.
Yeah, I mean, What's Your Peak just played that perfectly and just looks like such a dominant team there. I mean, if you want to see more maps like that or more map 5s, which we're about to go to, you can follow Star Esports, you know, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. A lot of videos coming out there. You can rewatch, you know, study these incredible players, because they really are some of the best in the tier 3 community. And I mean, when you have games like this, how can you not follow this action like every day?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have had some fantastic matches over the past week here. I mean, last night we had Citizens and Astray in that upper bracket final. Was just a treat to watch. I mean, these teams at this point in the tournament, we are now down to kind of the best of the best, and you know, it's really coming through here, as no one is willing to kind of give any ground at this point, and it looks like we're headed to Rialto to close it out. And you know, What's Your Peak impressed me a lot on that final map, and Falcon especially. You know, he made himself a really strong case for MVP right
Absolutely.
there. You know, you've still got an opportunity to vote at home to make your voice heard, to pick one person to come away with that award, and you know, Falcon wants his name in consideration.
Yeah, I mean, when you play Roadhog like that, and just the off-tank role altogether is such an important role. Falcon has been playing exceptionally. Definitely a strong case, especially there on Li Jiang for MVP. But I mean, it obviously could be anyone. These teams are so neck and neck. I can't make an MVP pick until we find the winner of the match. Maybe it'll be a little easier then, but just
perhaps. I mean,
yeah, I mean, even then, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like losing the series kind of disqualifies you from winning MVP. We've seen plenty of times throughout this tournament that, you know, even the losing teams have standout players, and that's definitely going to be the case no matter who comes out on top here. I mean, the series has been so close that it almost feels like 5 maps is not even doing it justice. I want us to be able to go to 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever. Just keep playing these 2 teams, playing forever and ever. It would be a joy to watch, but eventually someone has to come away with a win. It's going to happen here on Rialto.
Yeah, sadly, it's pretty difficult to draw on a payload map. I mean, of course, I would love to see a map 6, but don't think it's going to be happening here. As I mean, Rialto, you have this first point. It's very Pharah heavy. I've seen tons of Pharmacy go on during this first point. You got those roofs to hide behind, and we've seen Pharah quite a few times, especially from Bun, who's been playing it exceptionally well. It doesn't look like he's on it right now, but excited to see if Tryhard, who's on the Pharah, can make an impact here.
Yeah, but he'll have to contest with that double sniper defense on the other side. Melon and Bun going to be kind of putting some pressure on the Pharah for sure, although no more Diva out from Falcon, so he won't have that, you know, that headache to worry about. The double shield set up here for What's Your Peak as they try to close out this series.
Yeah, What's Your Peak on the defense in that double shield, which we haven't seen much of, surprisingly. And we have that Diva back out from Aspect. But Melon taken down by Zermit, a headshot already, so that's gonna push Plus Mafia up to the front lines. As they have that advantage, they don't have to worry about the Widow. And another headshot. Basilisk goes down. And now it's just going to be cleaning up the fight here. As that Sigma in the back line. But Honeybee actually gets a headshot onto Simplistic. So it might not be over just yet. The rest comes through. And they're finally pushing through. Ooh, another headshot from Zermit too.
Yeah, this dude is on fire right now. The Widow coming to play here and really showing that Plus Mafia, they are upset about what happened last map. They do not want to give What's Your Peak any opportunity. It's just going to be that one fight on point A. They storm through the first section of the map, and that is a brilliant start for Plus Mafia.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Zermit really doing tons of work. Melon finally takes him out there, but with that sights now, Melon has to be careful. The Dragons come out onto the point here, try to section them off a little bit. Not much going on there. Sights come out from Melon, and the window straight into the enemy team as the barrage comes out on top, but Melon is there to finish him off with the headshot. The Rez looking to come through, and it does come up, but now Rez not in here for the rest of the fight. The Gravitic Flux gonna come out here from Falcon. A lot of damage being done, and Honeybee again with the headshot onto Tryhard. In the backline now, the Diva Bomb going up, also finds nothing. So still a very stagnant fight here, although tons of damage is being done. On the back foot, seemed to be What's Your Peak a little bit, but Melon with the kill onto Zermit, winning the duel yet again. The Shatter gonna come through, blocked off by Falcon, and the window there to provide extra healing and damage. Plus Mafia are gonna be backing up as Lineton is also taken out.
Yeah, and they're gonna be able to get the cleanup here, as well as they stabilize nicely on the defense after everything going in Plus Mafia's direction to start it off. They're able to stabilize there. Try hard now done with the Pharah, going to be going over to the Mei here. 4.B wants to get back, I guess, more towards kind of the meta composition here. Wants to be able to get right up in the faces of this double shield comp.
Yeah, looking for a more bulky brawl kind of comp here. Still Zermit on that Widow as the Dragons come in here and actually are able to demech Aspect as Bun finishes off with the Storm Arrow. Not much going on the point, and when you don't have your Diva, that's a lot of free damage coming through. But Simplistic is going to use the window in the backline, do damage here, and takes down Honeybee, and it's no good, Junior. That flips the fight hugely into the favor of Plus Mafia. But Bun and Melon still doing damage on these DPS heroes. Falcon also tons of damage coming through, finishes off Tryhard, and this fight is far from over as the Gravitic Flux comes out but doesn't find anyone. But still, Plus Mafia, not enough members alive to push back onto this fight, so...
Yeah, but they're getting reinforcements. They're getting reinforcements now, and will have to eventually just kind of give up a little bit of space as they regroup. And now, you know, they've got control of this corner, which is pretty crucial.
Yeah, the Amp Matrix goes out on top. Both Immortality Fields down now. The Shatter doesn't do much work there. Lineton can't find anyone. Is on the point now. Just waiting for that Amp Matrix to go down. That's a ton of damage. Melon gonna be taken down by Zermit. Finally wins that fight. And the Sights come out here to help out his team. But still, a lot of sustain on the side of What's Your Peak as the trance comes out to keep them alive even longer. And Lineton goes down. The Amp Matrix gonna come out here, try to bring it back as the bomb goes out on the back line. Melon down yet again, and Falcon damage gone large here. Bun taken down as finally it seems like Plus Mafia are gonna be pushing through here.
Yeah, indeed, they will be. Another Amp Matrix from Simplistic, able to pour in a lot of damage through that fight, even after losing their main tank. And the Dragons out from Bun. I have to assume that's the case here. He's gonna go over to the Mei. Melon will pick up the Hanzo. They are going to just be going towards what has been, I would say, like the most standard meta composition possible over the last few weeks. Now that we're in crunch time, they really want to get it done.
Yeah, the Blizzard comes down onto the point here, and it's gonna freeze up Falcon and Bun. But Immortality Field's there to keep them alive, but not much longer as Falcon finally gets taken out. But still, Scylla has been taken down. So it's not a lost fight just yet, as the Ant Matrix from Bazillix is doing tons of work and healing. But finally, Bun is taken down on the point. And again, it's in the favor of Plus Mafia as they're pulled together here into this final fight.
Yeah, but the reinforcements are here for the side of What's Your Peak, so they'll have an opportunity. They've got their grab flex going out now.
But the beat's there to keep everyone alive as the Ant Matrix comes down to do tons of damage. The Immortality Field can't stay alive long. Bun taken down by the Shatter, but Lenaton has to pay for his life. It's without your Reinhardt, What's Your Peak? I mean, excuse me, Plus Mafia are gonna be falling back to their spawn.
Yeah, they cannot realistically sustain through fights without their Reinhardt there. They don't have the shield. They don't have just the front line to stick around. So Lenaton, having to play on a razor's edge right now. He needs to be aggressive to kind of set the pace for his team. But if he goes down, they are in for a world of hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't win a match without your main tank there. And now 1 minute 15 seconds remaining, and the Doomfist from Melon trying to get in, get a pick, and get out. Can't find anyone just yet, but the D-Mech goes down, and Tryhard gets headshot, taken out as well. Bomb doesn't do much there for Aspect, but he's back into his mech now. As sectioned off is Lenaton and taken down. Zermit in the back line takes down Basilisk, but it's not going to be enough, as only 3 members remain on the point for What's Your Peak. Simplistic actually takes down It's No Good Junior. Bun, D-Mech, and headshot onto Aspect. And finally, we're gonna see Plus Mafia stalled out again after a long fight.
And it's going to come down once again to this kind of final overtime push for Plus Mafia. For Plus Mafia. Is they've got Simplistic almost to his Amp Matrix. They'll have Zimrit available with that Death Blossom to try and get in the backline, get some work done. But What's Your Peak? They are loaded in terms of ultimates right now. 5 online. That supercharger could become available pretty soon as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a big fight here. 10 seconds remaining. The Ant Matrix goes down for both teams now as the Meteor Strike comes out into the middle. The pole brings them all together, but the Immortality Field is there. No one dies. Just a fraction of a second remaining as the Flux goes out. It gets a few. Zermit in the sky, taken out as well. Beat there just a little late. And Plus Mafia aren't going to be able to take this one as it's only the Lucio on the point now. Slowly going to be taken out as Simplistic goes down, and Scylla as well.
What's Your Peak able to come through in the clutch towards the tail end of this map. They buckled down after giving up point A so quickly. That is a solid kind of regroup and a kind of stabilization towards the tail end of this map. They've given themselves a real chance here. This is not a guarantee by any means. It's not going to be the easiest thing to do, as the payload almost reaching the end, but they definitely have given themselves a shot.
Yeah, it's definitely not over. And for both teams, you have to be a little worried here. You have to push it so far on the side of What's Your Peak, but on side of Plus Mafia, this is it. Your defense has to be perfect if you want to win this match here. I mean, it's map 5. It's anyone's game, but both teams are definitely on edge.
Ready for battle.
No, for sure. I mean, the pressure is on. It all comes down to this round, as neither team wants to end their tournament run here. They want to continue on. They want to have the possibility of making the grand finals, of winning this tournament at the end of the day. But it's got to happen here and now for both of them. And this is going to be fascinating. It looks like once again we'll be seeing that Widowmaker duel between Melon and Zimrit that was kind of swinging back and forth on that last round, and who comes out on top there could have a big say in terms of who wins this final map.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna see a lot of work here from the DPS to try to pull it out.
Plus Mafia, though, for the first time all series, when the rubber meets the road, when it's winning time, they're finally gonna go back to double shield Lineton and Aspect on the Orisa Sigma.
Yeah, finally interesting. We haven't seen them yet. We'll see how they can do here. Zermit taking shots on this Widow, trying to find an angle to get a pick. There's a Pharah in the sky, also doing tons of damage. Tryhard. This corner very stalled out here. Pole comes through, but a shield there to stop the rock. Bun on this Hanzo, looking to take down the Pharah in the sky. Immortality field down early there.
Yeah, that's a little awkward for Simplistic. They don't have that resource to keep everyone alive anymore. And Honeybee on a bit of a flank, playing in damage from behind. Can he find the opening pick? It's not going to happen, and they might even chase him down.
Yeah, but Falcon gets down Simplistic, so a lot of healing gone from this fight as Aspect manages to bring it back. Tryhard with the barrage, takes down 2 in the sky. It's still a very even fight. Aspect in the back line, doing tons of work with his Mercy Pocket. And he's gonna pull this fight back all by himself. The res is gonna come through. Aspect with another kill. An incredible play there from Aspect on the Sigma. I mean, I guess that's what we've been missing. An incredible Sigma player.
Yeah, I mean, he gets 4. He gets in on the flank from behind. He chases down Honeybee, and then as soon as Tryhard unleashes that barrage, the distraction is there. He cleans up the remainder of the fight and kind of keeps things going for Plus Mafia. Things were dicey for them, and now he goes down to the Dragon, though.
Yeah, Immortality Field can't get in there soon enough, and Tryhard down as well, so that's a lot of damage gone. Res is going to be coming up back on top. But it's not going to be enough as 4 members are now down on the side of Plus Mafia. And What's Your Pick are going to be looking to take the first point.
Yeah, beautiful Dragon there from the side of Bun, and the halt from It's No Good sets up the kill there. Is a contest going to come through? It looks like Plus Mafia want to make this happen, but they've already lost Zimrit.
Yeah, but they're investing ults anyway. We have the Gravitic Flux going up and takes down Falcon. Transcendence there, not in time to save him, but Aspect dies during the middle of it. The res comes through, but healing is reduced there during that res. So we have Lenaton go down, and Melon with another headshot onto Scylla, taken down. Finally, the cap comes through.
Okay, so now Plus Mafia has to kind of fall back and regroup here. I'm fascinated to see what they'll be able to come up with on this this point B defenses. Now the momentum firmly in the favor of What's Your Peak. Falcon will have that Gravitic Flux ready to go for the next fight. They'll have the Dragons, the Amp Matrix as well. So a great opportunity to keep this one rolling.
Yeah, the Dragons come out early here to push them back a little bit, trying to make this the only fight on this phase, but doesn't find anything. Again, on the point here, both just picking at shields, but finally, the Amp Matrix takes down Simplistic on that Zen. He's gonna be taken out early, no Transcendence available. And on the back foot, R Plus Mafia not doing much as Falcon gets 2 more kills.
This one's over. They got this.
3rd kill. Going into the 3rd point here with a huge advantage and a large time bank.
Yeah, this is going to be really tough for Plus Mafia. They've got to hold out for over 4 minutes here, and they're even making swaps in the DPS line. Zimrit and Tryhard going over to the Mei Hanzo. Now they have fully, for the first time, embraced the meta, and it's working out so far. Zimrit with a nice opening pick on the Melon.
Yeah, that's actually huge for Plus Mafia, as What's Your Peak immediately backed off. They didn't want to fight that at all, and they haven't been stopped basically since that first lost fight, and that's huge. That really switches momentum.
Yep, Melon now on the Doomfist as they roll into this. We'll see if he can find some value with it, but Scylla opening it up with a pick onto his opposite number.
Yeah, Basilisk taken down. Same with It's No Good Jr. And another early fight won here for Plus Mafia. Thurman finishing it off with a kill onto Bun. Again, a lot of meta play coming out here finally on this last point of Rialto. Bun gonna switch over to the Mei. Just as I say that, even more meta coming out. Both these teams are putting everything into this game right now.
No, I mean, neither of them are willing to give an inch at this point, and neither of them can afford to at this point. The shield break coming through for both sides, as now the grass forced out from Aspect and Plus Mafia forcing What's Your Peak back a little bit.
Yeah, the Matrix comes out, Immortality Field there to keep the members of What's Your Peak alive, and now even more damage coming through because of that Supercharger. The Dragons from this left side are gonna cut off the fight for a little bit, but a Flux comes through, pulled, and 4 members are down now on the side of Plus Mafia. This is the final stretch for What's Your Peak. They're looking to take this to the next level.
I don't think anyone's gonna be able to touch. It's not gonna happen. What's Your Peak roll into the finish line, and they close it out here on Rialto. They finish off Plus Mafia. They will not die. They found themselves in the lower bracket from the very beginning of this tournament, but they refuse to let themselves fall out of it.
A huge run for What's Your Peak right now. Just an extra clutch factor for the team. Like, when faced with adversity, they just keep pulling it out. Some great plays all around. An incredible match to watch. I mean, if you want more matches like that, you have to follow Star Esports. You have to watch the rest of this tournament and the future tournaments. Follow us on Twitch here. Subscribe if you feel like it, because, I mean, we give you matches like this. And then also subscribe to us on YouTube, where you can catch this match again, because why wouldn't you watch this again?
Yeah, and that was only the first match of the night. We've still got another one later on, and I'm expecting that one to be another absolute blockbuster. But What's Your Peak? They impressed me so much here this evening in so many ways. The ability to play a variety of different compositions, to tailor what they were doing to the situation, and what Plus Mafia was throwing at them. I am so impressed with what this team has been able to do, and I cannot wait to see them continue their run through this tournament.
Yeah, the fire that's lit under them is just burning right now. I mean, I would have them favorites to come out of this bottom bracket here, but they still have to play 2 more matches, and after the next match, they'll have to play the team of Astray. This team isn't, they don't have an easy road ahead of them, even after what they've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, there's no pushovers left. I mean, not to say that Plus Mafia was a pushover by any means. Like, there's no easy matches once you get this far in the tournament. It's not ever going to be the case. So, I mean, but they are showing such a resilience that I think is a massive boon in their favor. It gives you the confidence to go into any match against any team and feel like you have a chance, and like you can come in and come out with a win, and that's just massive. To be able to have that mentality is so important, and What's Your Peak are really embodying that right now.
Yeah, they're just playing incredible Overwatch. It's gonna be tough for any team to stop them right now. Got to do a lot of homework if you wish to beat these guys. I mean, the next game coming up, Scion versus Team 2, is going to be absolutely incredible. I mean, obviously, both those teams, very, very great. It's going to be exciting to see whichever of those teams can, put up the fight against What's Your Peak.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for that one. It's going to be a rematch of an earlier series in the tournament that went to 5, so I'm so excited to get to watch that in just about 15 minutes. But first, before we get there, we've got a little bit of a post-match interview. We welcome now the victorious Melon, fresh off one of the most exciting series that I've gotten to see in a while. And tell me, what was it like being on the inside of that match?
Hello?
Hi there.
Well, it was really crazy. Obviously, it was so close, and when we won, the whole team was just yelling into their mics. We were so excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know that must have been thrilling for your team. you now have won a lot of matches in a row after dropping down into the lower bracket. What kind of keeps this team going?
Well, we've had some, like the first match we played when we lost, we've made a couple changes and they really worked out. Like Bun, the first match we played, he didn't start 100% of the time, but now that he is, I think he's like really popping off and doing a good job on the team. So that was a big change we made.
Yeah, you guys have been playing incredibly. I mean, is there a certain part of your team that you really feel like changed other than Bun, like better shot calling? Like what happened after that first match? Like what'd you guys say to each other?
Well, after the first match, we kind of all had an agreement on like the reason why we lost, which I don't really think I can say, but yeah, and like I already said, Bun has been popping off, and his comms are like a lot better than the player we had before, and that's a big part of why we're winning.
Yeah, we also saw this match a lot of Reinhardt Diva comps coming out. I mean, it seemed like Plus Mafia was edging towards that comp a little more than you guys, but you guys were playing it incredibly well as well. So what was like the reasoning behind that, really?
Honestly, Falcon is like an insane diva, and yeah, we were confident running him on the diva.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I definitely understand that. When a series kind of gets really crazy like this one, going down to 5 maps, who is it on your team that is trying to help kind of keep the team in the right mindset, keep everybody calm under that pressure?
Definitely Baz. He's like, I'd say he's the leader for our team. He does a really good job. He's also the shot caller. Well, he alt tracks and shot calls a lot, so he's just like an in-game leader for us.
Yeah, absolutely. During this game, we saw you play like a lot of heroes. Like you played that Widow, you played Hanzo, you played Mei. Which hero do you feel like you performed best on today?
Well, I told my team just trust me in the Doom pick, and they trusted me, and it worked really well. So I'd probably say Doom.
I mean, that's great. I mean, congratulations on the win. Good luck in your upcoming matches. I mean, Shy Guy, you have anything else to ask him?
No, I'll just give you an opportunity to kind of give shout outs to anyone behind the scenes, say thanks to your fans who of course voted you the MVP here tonight. So if you have anything to say to them, now's your chance.
Well, shout out to my team since they popped off so much, and I don't think everyone knows this, but at the start of the game we actually almost had to forfeit because we thought our main support was on our roster, but he actually wasn't. But luckily, Honeybee came in clutch because he was on the roster, and with 0 notice beforehand, he was able to play.
Wow,
That's incredible, actually.
Well, thank you so much, Melon, for joining us. We appreciate getting a little bit of insight into the series from your perspective, and thanks for giving us a little bit of your time. We'll let you go celebrate the victory with your team. Congrats on the big win tonight.
Thank you. It means a lot.
All right. Well, that was
incredible. It was just
There's nothing else to say about that one. I mean, those two teams were so even here tonight, and they both have a lot to be proud of for their performances throughout this entire tournament. What's your peak? It's such a great story to see them go on this run. I cannot wait to see their next matchup. Of course, we've still got to figure out who they're going to be facing with our next game here tonight. Team 2 taking on Scion in a rematch of an earlier matchup. So I am incredibly excited to get underway with that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Looking forward to just in like 15 minutes or so coming up. I'm gonna stick around for that one. Everyone in chat, you should stick around too. It's going to be absolutely exciting. You know, this tournament's getting to the meat of it, you know, getting to the best teams. So very, very exciting coming up. An exciting game today. I'm so glad I was here to watch it and cast it. Shy Guy, got anything else to add?
No, I mean, I think that just about covers it for us. I do want to thank everybody at home for joining us here at Star Esports for another exciting match in the Overwatch All-Star Brawl 4. As we said, we'll be back after a short break, so don't go too far. Go grab yourself a snack, get a drink, take a little bit of a break, but we'll be right back in just over 10 minutes for the next match of the night. For everyone here at Star Esports, I've been Shy Guy. That's been Ryan. It's been a pleasure bringing you guys these games, and we will see you all next time.